Before or after this podcast, go check out built.com. If you are looking for a snack bar that is high in protein, has delicious flavors, and is made with 100% real chocolate, then this is the place for you to go. Use Brie Davis 10 for discount at checkout. Have you been trying to start a fitness routine, but you just can't get in the hang of it, or you're not really sure what to do every day? Well, go check out grownstrong.com, a program created for women by women with an active, supportive online community, as well as options for 20, 40, 60, or 80-minute programming, starting from beginner all the way to elite options. This will help you reach your goals by getting 1% better every day. Finally, maybe you're trying to start a workout, but someone is using the timer at the gym, or you need a portable one, small enough to fit in your pocket, but large enough to never miss a round. Then go to gsgotimer.com. It has a magnetic back for convenience and comes in many fun colors. Hello, and welcome to Dr. Brie Davis, the podcast, hosted by me, Dr. Brie. But to pretty much everyone other than a few of my patients, I just go by Brie. Hey everyone, so it has been a while and I'm super excited to get back on, but I figured I would give you guys a little bit of a life update on what's been going on. Thanks for everyone reaching out and asking where the podcasts have been. I promise there's some cool things in the works, and that's why I have not been here. First of all, my podcast will still be Dr. Brie Davis, the podcast, but I did actually get married, so my new name is Davis Shoemaker. We got married back in July at our family's house in Hawaii, and it was beautiful and a long time coming since our wedding had originally got canceled in 2020 due to COVID and then canceled again in 2021 due to COVID. So here we are in 2022, finally married. After that, I went and worked the CrossFit Games. Some exciting things from CrossFit Kids there this year, and hopefully some new things to come from CrossFit Kids shortly. Anyways, a few of you guys who have been following me saw that my thesis got published. The Movement Toolkit Part 1 and the Movement Toolkit Part 2. So Part 1 is just a compilation of over 100 movements with pictures and how to do them, as well as a YouTube channel coming that is up but has a different name, so I can chat about that soon. It also has the benefits of moving and some research behind that, which you can find in a different podcast that I talk specifically about my thesis. So you guys can find those on Amazon for Part 1 and for Part 2, which is the actual lesson plans and activities that teachers, therapists, coaches, anyone can use who are working with kids. It comes in an ebook format and it also comes in a paperback. I did want to mention I've had a few people ask for some donated books because they're unable to purchase them themselves. If this is you and this is the case, please let me know, because I do want to get it out there ultimately, and the mission is to get kids moving. So if you can do this and you find yourself in a position where you can't purchase the book, please let me know. Same with another book I'm going to talk about shortly. Now, most of you guys know by now that I am an avid CrossFitter. I work for CrossFit Kids. I absolutely love what CrossFit Kids message is and what we're doing to try to get kids moving all around the world. And I also am a doctorate occupational therapist for pediatrics, and this has led me to something super exciting. So I've always had a passion for getting kids moving, not only in seeing what CrossFit did for my life, but seeing how this could impact children from the very beginning and create these lifelong habits that could become better quality of life overall. I've been seeing a lot of kids too with where the pandemic has been, and some kids have been on screens, some kids have avoided social time, some kids have been out of school, out of sports because things have been closed, and so a lot of the kids that we've been seeing have not only been affected by all of this, and adults as well, I think, this mental health and struggle with COVID, but a lot of these kids haven't been moving. So we're trying to evaluate now, do these kids have deficit in some of these gross motor, these big body movement skills, or have they really truly never been introduced and given the opportunity to do these skills? Something kind of new that we haven't really seen before. So in the clinic, I often like to read books to teach about a subject or talk about something that we're about to do or learn about for therapy or for future coaching sessions. And I kept thinking I cannot come up with a book that I want to read that's reaching some of the things that I want to talk about, especially at the clinic and especially at the gym. So I decided I'll just write one. So here I am. And I wrote one, and it is coming out, if not already out when I post this, and the title is Becoming the Best Me. I'll tell you guys a little bit about what it was about, but basically from my movement toolkit, I really wanted to focus on these pillars to teach. I wanted to teach about fun, that exercise is not a punishment, and that kids can enjoy this, and you can use your imagination. And with that fun, and with those pillars that I kind of talked about in the movement toolkit, fun, and then simple and successful, creating something that's fun, relatable, and positive and motivating and relevant is that first step that builds kids this excitement to get moving. And then we want to get them motivated to move. And then we want to get them to move well. And that's something similar in CrossFit and occupational therapy. So our second pillar starts with simple, and it starts small as a coach, something manageable, something easily understood, and repetition. So kids learn by repetition. Adults learn by repetition. It's called neuroplasticity, and it's basically when connections are made in our brain that make things that we do easier because we do them so often that they become better, often other times known as practice. But it's literally a process in the brain that helps us learn something better as well. And finally, that third pillar is successful. So I want to choose something that kids can be successful at, where they're feeling empowered, they're building confidence, they're feeling fired up, they're feeling included. So sometimes this goes with that scaling, grading on how can I make every kid feel successful when kids are all different spectrums of talent or understanding or development. Anyways, back onto the book. So it's the first of a series, actually, and this first book is called Becoming the Best Me. And you can also find it on Amazon for an ebook and a paperback book, but it's a kid's book. So it's dedicated to all of the people who continue to inspire me and fire me up and believe in me, to my family, to my CrossFit community, and most of all to the amazing kids that I get to work with every day who remind me to have fun and to never give up. So I decided to name the girl in this book after me. I named her Bree. I just wanted to be able to use a name where I could talk about experiences that I've seen and that I've felt, and also I work with so many kids. I wanted to make sure that I didn't choose a name of a kid that I specifically work with. So Bree is brought by her friend Hope to a kids' fitness class for her first time. Now, I didn't use CrossFit specifically for this, just for some legality purposes potentially, but it's pretty much what a CrossFit class would look like. So she faces many challenges and fears throughout the class that make her want to give up. Join her in her journey as she realizes that she can be fit, she can be resilient, do hard things, and most of all, be strong, not only in her body, but also in her mind. She learns being strong can mean physically, but also mentally. By the end, you too will be inspired to have a can-do attitude and give any difficult task your best try, and uplift others around you to do the same. So really the purpose of this book is that I wanted to create something that taught some life lessons that I really thought and some people around me, whether it's CrossFit or the occupational therapy community, think is important as well. One of the main ones is a theme you'll see throughout the book is uplifting others. So cheering each other on, whether that's the coach cheering you on or others around you and your peers cheering you on. And by saying cheer you on, they're cheering you on to compete against yourself, to be the best version of yourself. They're not comparing you or pushing you to go as hard as Sally over here, or go as hard as John over here. They're trying to make you be the best person or be the best version of yourself that you can be. Not the version of yourself that you were last year or the version of the friend that you want to be like, but to be the best version of you. Whether that's building your confidence and doing hard things that you've done before or even trying new things for the first time. Another theme I really wanted to talk about was success, and success is not defined by outcome measure, but by process. And what I mean by this is perseverance, right? So losing, failing, something that is hard is okay. And oftentimes this is hard for kids to understand because they don't want to do these things. We want to be successful. We want to be praised. We want to win. But what if we're praised instead for our effort and for trying and for learning and not just winning and being successful in something or getting that highest grade, but studying really hard, working really hard, pushing really hard, trying again when we fail. So that perseverance. I want kids to be able to know that challenges and that bumps in the road and roadblocks are not negative, but can be positive experiences. This is how we grow. This is where growth comes from. Like I've talked about in a previous podcast, one of my previous coaches told me you're either moving forward or you're moving backward. So some of this comes down to mindset. Maybe say you quote unquote fail or something's still really hard. Are you using that as an experience to help yourself grow, or are you using that as an experience to tear yourself down? Some of this also goes into our growth mindset. Are we thinking, wow, this is hard, but when I practice, I can get better? Or wow, this was a challenge, but I tried my very best and I'm going to do it again next time? Or are we thinking, wow, I really suck. I'm not strong. I can't do this. The other kids can do this and I can't. So I wanted to build this story and this community, which is so relevant and so true for pretty much every CrossFit box I've ever been to in kids class, that trying is what matters. Persevering is what matters. Working hard is what matters, all while trying to have fun and cheer each other on. Competing against yourself to be the best version that you can be, trying harder than you did last week so that way you're better than the week before. Oftentimes, too, a lot of kids that I work with wonder, oh, I just want to be good at this now. So some of that, too, that patience is something that we can teach as coaches and as therapists and parents, that it takes time and it's okay that it's hard and it's okay to feel upset that it's challenging. How did anyone we know get good at something that they're good at? Maybe some people have some natural talent, but what about Michael Jordan? Some of his famous quotes are talking about shooting and missing or losing games, but all of those lead up to who he was and the athlete he was in the end, but using those as experiences to just make him better. And even that some of those best athletes or successful business people or smartest people in the world have not always been that successful. It is hard though. It is hard for us when things are hard and we want to do better. So giving that perspective to kids and owning kids' truth. Like, it's okay that kids have doubt and that maybe they're scared or they're nervous, or in the book, in one of the examples, they're trying to walk across a balance beam and lava on both sides. And what if you fall off? And that's definitely an extreme view from a kid, but it could be that scary to them. And so as adults, we need to hear their truth, validate them, encourage them, let them know they're safe, but also let them know that we hear them. Sometimes, so often, what I'll tell parents and parents that I work with is not just saying, oh, you're okay, or oh, it's fine, or brushing past things. But oftentimes, if you can validate and empathize with a child, it can build trust that will help them continue to talk about how they're feeling and continue to move forward and try. So instead of saying, oh, no, you got this, it's just a balance beam, just walk across it, just do it. Wow, you look really nervous and it's your first time and it can be really scary. And I remember my first feeling doing that. But I'm right here. You're safe. When you're ready to give it a try, I'm here for you. I'm here to cheer you on. So sometimes, too, from a coaching perspective or occupational therapy or parent perspective, we can help develop that growth mindset for our children and also allow opportunities for it to be imitated and copied from other kids. So if we're cheering someone on, you got this, do your best. Oh, it's okay, you fell off, try again. Keep going, you're working really hard. And we're saying all these things that other kids are hearing. And they're hearing other kids get praised by this instead of, wow, you were first, great job, or you lifted the most weight, great job. Then kids start to learn that this hard work, this perseverance, this can do, or if I can't do it yet, I can keep trying attitude can be cultivated by us adults and then copied and imitated by children who then use this to build up each other. And then we create children who then turn into adults that are excited for each other's successes. That's what our tribe is for. We want to surround each other by people who are uplifting us, who are challenging us. Like that thing I've talked about before, the quote, iron sharpens iron. Like, we always want people pushing us, but always want people there for us as well. And this is CrossFit. This is CrossFit Kids. This is the community, and that's why I'm so passionate about it, and to carry over some of that mentality too for occupational therapy. That's who we are as therapists. We're here to cheer everyone on, but push you and challenge you, but to make you successful and increase quality of life and increase participation and increase more social activity and better gross motor physical aspects and better mental health. All of these things we just want to improve. I'm hoping that kids can see this and hop on board to learn some of these skills. Now, this is something that not everyone has in the world. It's not always taught and it's not always given. Like, some people in the world literally aren't going to be excited for you, aren't going to uplift you, aren't going to be a cheerleader, aren't going to have that growth mindset, that perseverance, that work hard attitude. And that's fine. But if you can be this person and learn to be this person, then hopefully your light spreads to others around you. And now you're creating a community of people who will do the same to you and a community of people who will uplift each other. From creating kids who want to work hard, who want to become focused on effort and are excited for challenges like this, can help lead to adults that are like this as well. that growth mindset versus kids who are trying to squeeze by with the bare minimum or afraid of challenges. Hopefully, we're shaping individuals where this is not the case. Now, in the book, you'll specifically hear things like try your best, work hard, cheer each other on, and persevere. Be the very best you that you can be. Keep going. New things can be scary, but they can help us become better and help us grow. Outside of some of these things that you'll hear, there's also some amazing illustrations. I worked with an amazing artist who helped bring to life what I was hoping to bring to life. And I'm not an artist, so by all means, he tried to bring my vision to life, and I'm very grateful for that. Now, I could talk so much more about this book, but guys, I'm so excited. Ultimately, by all of this, my mission continues to let's get kids moving. Let's get them motivated to move, and let's get them moving well. Thanks, everyone, and super excited to share what is happening next. So hopefully I can reveal that to you guys shortly. And go check out on Amazon, being released very shortly. So keep your eyes peeled for a post. Kids book, Becoming the Best Me.